Hello students, today what we have about the topic job analysis. In a country like India, jobs are very important to individuals. They help to determine standards of living, places of residence, status, and even one's sense of self-worth. They are important to organizations also because they are the means of accomplishing organizational objectives. Traditionally, organization used to define job in a rigid way. A job was that what it requires does not change. It is designed to be immutable and unchanging irrespective of the various incumbents performing them. In a real world, however, jobs are non-static. They are subject to change. Technological advancements and competition may compel an organization to put more stress on features of successful performance rather than on standard job duties, tasks, etc. So, the job is what the equipments make of it. To properly understanding the dynamic nature of job, managers gather information about job from time to time. Job analysis is a systematic and detailed examination of job. It is the process of collecting information about a job, that is, the knowledge, skills, and the experience needed to carry out a job effectively. The job holder is supposed to possess job related knowledge useful to carry out the job easily. He must possess relevant skills to put the knowledge into practice quickly and effectively. He should have the ability to understand how the tools, equipments, materials, resources, machines need to be deployed in order to produce results. Only after a careful examination of the requirement of job, the job incumbents qualifications are generally determined. Job analysis refer to the anatomy of the job. It is a complete study of job. Everyone embodying every known and determinable factor, including the duties, responsibilities involved in its performance, the condition under which the performance is carried on, the nature of the task, the qualities required in the workers, and such conditions of employment as pay, hours, opportunities, and privileges. It also emphasizes the relation of one jobs to other in the organization. So, according to Edwin B. Flippo, job analysis is the process of studying and collecting information relating to the operations and responsibilities of a specific job. The immediate product of this analysis are job description and job specifications. Therefore, it can be said safely that job analysis can be described as a process of collecting information about a job. The concept of job analysis is essentially a process of collecting and analyzing data relating to a job in an organization. It refers to a scientific and systematic analysis of job in order to obtain all pertinent facts about the job. Job analysis has been defined as the process of determining by observing and study the tasks which comprise the job, the methods and equipment used, and the skills and attitude required for successful performance of the job. Job analysis provide following information about a job like what is the nature of job required in a concern, what is the nature of organizational structure, which type of people are required to fit that organizational structure, and the relationship of job with other jobs in a concern, and which type of qualification required for a particular job, or the provision of physical conditions to support the activities of a concerned job, or material, equipments and method used in performing a job. So, the job analysis contains job identification, means its title including its code number, its characteristic of a job like location, physical settings, supervision, hazard and discomforts related with a job. It also contains what the typical workers does, like specific operations and tasks that make up an assignments, their relative timings and importance, their simplicity, their routines and their complexity. So, the responsibility or safety of other for properties, funds, confidence or trust. It is also contains material and equipment a worker uses like metals, plastics, uh, punch presses, micrometers, and it also contain how a job is performed, or uh, like nature of operations, required personal attributes like experiences, training, apprenticeship, physical strength. It is all the job analysis also contained job relationships like experience required for a particular job, or opportunities for advancements or leadership from and for a job. It is obvious from the foregoing that a job analysis is usually a clear indication of a job description and job specification. Now, objective of job analysis. The main objective of job analysis first is a work simplification. Job analysis provides the information related to jobs, and this data can be used to make process or job simple. Work simplification means dividing the job into a small parts. That means a different operation in a product line or process which can improve the production or job performance. Second objective of job analysis is a setting up of standards or establishment of standards of performance. Standard means a minimum acceptable qualities or results or performance or rewards regarding a particular job. Job analysis provides the information about the job, and standards of each can be established using this information. Another objective of job analysis is to support personnel activities. Job analysis provides support to various personnel activities like recruitment, selection, training and development, wage administration, personal appraisals, etc. So, these are the objectives. Now, purpose of job analysis. A comprehensive job analysis program is an essential ingredient of sound personnel management. It is the major input to forecast future human resource requirements, job modification, job evaluation, determination of proper compensation, and the writing of job evaluation and determination of proper compensation. It is of fundamental importance to manpower management program because of the wider applicability of its result. So, first purpose of job analysis is a human resource planning. Job analysis determines the number and kind of jobs and also the qualification required for a job. Thus, it helps in determining as to how many and what type of personnel will be needed in the future. Another purpose of job analysis is recruitment and selection. Recruitment means right person for the right job is a very important activity, and this is achieved by job analysis. and job description tells us about the job, and the job specification tell us about the types of personal requirements. Another purpose of job analysis is training and development. Training and development programs are used to improve employees' skills and knowledge related to a particular task to improve their performances. Job description and job analysis help in determining the content and nature of these trainings. Another purpose of job analysis is job evaluation. Job description and job specification helps in determining relative worth of a job. This is important to establish a wage and salary grades. Another purpose of job analysis is remuneration. As grade of jobs are decided by job analysis, so is the remuneration, that is wages and salaries, fringe benefits, bonuses and other facilities provided to employees or workers. This is important to classify job as per their worth and thus motivate employees by equitable distribution as well. Another purpose of job analysis is a performance appraisal. It is a method of assessment of an employee at workplace. That means actual performance of employee against what is expected. As job analysis facilitating fixing standards of job by job specification, it helps in performance appraisal. This appraisal results in promotions, transfers, increment in salaries, and it is also assessing training requirements of employee. The purpose of job analysis is also important for personal information. Job analysis is vital in building information system of a personnel, which is useful in increase efficiency of administration by providing the data easily, and this information helps in making lots of decisions regarding human resource such as planning, human resource development, remuneration policies, etc. It is also important for job design. Job design is a conscious effort to organize tasks, duties and responsibilities into a unit of work to achieve a certain objective. So the job analysis sets the basis for job design. Now we discuss about the process and steps of job analysis. There are some steps. First step is a organizational job analysis. At that stage, we should identify the purpose of job analysis. Otherwise, we will not be able to collect all the pertinent information concerning job analysis and job analysis methods. Second step of job analysis, selecting representative jobs for analysis. At that stage, we have to choose analyst to whom responsibilities will be assigned for job analysis. The analyst will be taken from professional human resource or line manager or consultants. After that, we will select representative positions to analyze, because it may not be necessary to analyze all jobs and there may be too many similar jobs to analyze. After selecting representative jobs, we must identify the appropriate method which is the best one in order to analyze a particular job. If we use internal analysts, then we have to give them appropriate training so that they can use the selected method of job analysis in an efficient and effective manner. Or it include communicate the project in the organization and preparing the documentation. So the job analyst will collect data relating to job activities like employee behavior, working conditions, human traits and abilities to perform the particular job, etc. Analyst must verify the collected data to confirm that the information is factually corrected and complete. After that, you develop a job description and job specification from the job analysis information. Job description is a written statement that describes the activities and responsibilities related to the jobs, working conditions, safety, and hazards. And a job specification summarizes the personal qualities, traits, skills, and backgrounds which is required for getting the job done. There are different types of job analysis data or information to collect. First is a work activity. Work activity includes a description of work activities like how is a task performed, why is a task performed, when. So the interface with other jobs and equipments, procedure used in a particular job, or which type of behavior, individual behavior required on the job, or which type of physical movements and demands of the jobs. These are included in the work activities. Another type of information we can collect in a job analysis is a machine, tools, equipments and work aids used for a particular job, like list of machines or tools used, material with the item listed, procedures made with items listed, or service rendered with items listed is also considered in a job analysis data or information. Third one is a job content. It include a physical working conditions like exposure of employee to heats or dust or to toxic substances, or indoor versus outdoor environment of workplace. It also contains organizational context, social context, or work schedules of an employee, and it also includes a financial and non-financial incentives which can be provided at workplace. Another type of data, job analysis data or information which we collect, it is related with a personal requirement. Personal requirement means a specific skills which is important for performing our jobs or for a particular behavior which can be which one is required for job. Work experience of individual, his education, his IQ level, what are the physical characteristic of an employee, and what is the aptitude of personnel which is required for performing a task or performing a particular job. So this type of job data or information should be collected for job analysis. After that, we can use a different methods of collecting data. First method which we more used, methods of collecting job analysis information, there are some direct or indirect methods. So first method which used is a observation method. It is a method of job analysis to observe and record behavior, events, activities, tasks or duties when the workers or group engaged in doing the job. Observation method can be effective only when the job analyst is skilled enough to know what is to be observed, how to analyze, and what is being observed. The advantage of this method is it is very simple and sometimes it is give a accurate results, but the disadvantages of observation method is it is a time taking and not applicable where jobs do not have easily observable job cycles or involve more mental process than physical. It is also a costly, as training would be involved to teach the analyst what to observe and how to observe. The application of this type of method is analyzing repetitive, short cycle or unskilled and semi-skilled jobs. It is best when used with other methods of job analysis. Another method is a interview method. Interview method includes asking questions to both supervisor or individual or a group setting. The job analysis interview method are on the basis of people interviewed, individual interview with each employee, or group interviews with group of employees having the same jobs, or interviewing the supervisor who is knowledgeable about the job being analyzed. There are two types of questions are involved in a interview method. One is a unstructured interview and second one is a structured interview. Unstructured interview is a conversation with no prepared questions or predetermined line of investigation. The interviewer must clarify the purpose of the study, particular focus of interview. The role and structure give some base for the questions to be asked, and listening and taking notes enable the interviewer to follow up the questions to be posed. In a structured interview, job holders sequence of activities in performances and inventory or questionnaires. So, the interview method is a useful tool of job analysis to ask questions to both individual and supervisors in either individually or a group setting. Another method which we used is a questionnaire method. Questionnaire method includes a set of questions which are provided to employee and then approved by the supervisors. They may be designed specifically for an organization or more general to collect information from a large number of people working in many different organizations. Another method which we use for data collection is a checklist method. It is a similar to questionnaire but has lesser subjective judgment and more yes no type questions. Checklist may cover many activities ranging to 100, but job holders has to take the one related to his job. The checklist preparation is a difficult task and all data related to the job must be collected by consulting supervisors, industrial engineers and other related to the jobs. It is easy to administer. This method is useful in large firms which has large number of people assigned to same jobs. The tabulation and recording on electronic data processing equipment is possible in this type of method. But the disadvantage of this method is it may include not include an important part of works. It is expensive for small firms as well. Another method we used is diary method. It is also known as a log method. In this method, the workers are asked to maintain and keep daily records or list of activities they are doing every day. The advantages of this method is it is useful for jobs that are difficult to observe, or the techniques inaccurate and eliminates the error caused by job holder in questionnaire and checklist method. The disadvantages of this type of method is it is too much variance in writing skills. Remembering what was done earlier is sometimes very difficult for employees as well. Another method what we used is a technical conferences. It is a method of job analysis based on a SMEs. SMEs means a subject matter experts. That includes supervisors, incumbents who are familiar with works, or human resources staffs or managers. Technical conference process, the detail about the jobs are obtained from these subject matter experts which conduct brainstorming sessions to identify a job elements. SMEs assigns weights to each of the elements based on a different criteria like proportion of barely acceptable workers who have the job element, effectiveness of the elements in picking a superior worker, the trouble likely to occur if the element is not considered, the effect of including the job element on organizational abilities to fill job opening. The advantage of technical conference is that the data from experience is superior to observations, data is comprehensive, and SMEs chosen have expertise and competencies. But the disadvantage, there is a different opinions may arises or need to be resolved to consensus, or it is a time consuming technique. Another method is a quantitative techniques. We can also use quantitative techniques for data collection in a job analysis process. Now next is the components of job analysis. There are two important components of job analysis. Is one is job description and job specification. First of all, we discuss about a job description. A job description is a clear depiction of a job's duties, its requirement in an organized factual statement. It is necessary because a vacancy is advertised to tell about the types and requirement of job at workplace. So the preparation of job description can be completed by various methods like we already discussed observation, interview methods which described and used to collect the data which provide the information for job description. It is important for employment purpose, that is to attract correct candidate for correct jobs, and it is also important for development of realistic standards of performance and increase the effectiveness of elements. The elements of job descriptions are job title. Job title, it is to describe the nature of the job. It should be short and suggestive. Job location. Job location gives the place where the job exists. It also consists a job summary. It is a small paragraph giving a summary of the task performed by the employees in that jobs. Uh, Duties and responsibilities, it is actually list down each task to be performed and the responsibilities held by the employees. It is the most important step of job descriptions. Equipment, machines, tools, materials used. It includes the item which used by the employees to perform his elements. The elements of job description also include a supervision. It gives the nature of supervision of both supervision received by the employee and supervision given by the employee. It enlists the tasks performed in giving and receiving supervisions, and also as the working conditions. It gives the information about the working environment, potential hazards, and details of physical surroundings of our jobs. The personal manager and other manager in the organization who are heading various departments are responsible for development and maintenance of job description, whereas the personal manager is to actually prepare and maintain the job description. Another manager are to supply the required information and should cooperate with the personal managers. Second component of job analysis is a job specification. Job specification is a statement of capabilities and qualification required to perform a job. It tells about the requirement and qualification of a person who is to be selected to perform a job. Personal manager is responsible for preparation and maintenance of job specification, but he does it with the cooperation and information received from various other managers and supervisors. The qualities assessed and recorded involves subjective judgment on part of personnel manager, supervisor, job analyst, and job holders. The job elements of job specifications are qualification, experience required for a job, training, skills which is necessary for a job, emotional characteristics, unusual sensory demands such as a sight or a smell or hearing. So these are the elements which is included in a job specifications. After that, we can discuss about the problem with job analysis. There are so many problems we can face while we performing a process of job analysis. First of all, the lack of top management support. The role of top management is to communicate to incumbents that the purpose of job analysis is to enhance performance in organization, but this is often not communicated. Another problem with job analysis is a lack of training of the analyst. This individual should be trained, or analyst should be trained about the purpose of the job analysis. Otherwise, they may not be able to generate quality data or may distort data of job analysis because employees might think that the process is the threat to them. Another problem is the use of only one method. Each method of job analysis has advantage and disadvantage too. Also, job analysis includes both collecting of data and review of data. So, using only a single method is not a good practice. The combination of two methods should be used to provide better data for job analysis. Other problems what we face about in a process of job analysis is a lack of participation of stakeholders, sometimes job based rather than a personal based, absence of a review, sometimes the job analysis process is time taking, has a too long time, insufficient time allowed for the process is also create a problems, lack of reward for providing quality information is also create a problem with the job analysis. So there are so many problems analysts can face during the process of job analysis. At last, I concluded that the job analysis is very important in every organization because it helps to know about the knowledge, skills, and abilities of the employees and to hire the right employee on the right job. The purpose of conducting job analysis is for training, compensation, and selection process. It involves both the components job specification and job description and the process where judgments are made about a job collected. So the job analysis is important for gathering, analyzing, and structuring information about the job's components, its characteristics, and the requirements as well. Thank you.